told you what happened to Kenny's two pennies. He told me you silenced him. No, I am Kenny's two pennies. There you are, folks. My tribute to a great actor we lost yesterday, James Earl Jones. May you rest in peace. What a great voice. What a great person. Rest in peace, Darth Vader. And now, I'm going to talk about what I usually talk about. First of all, the guys on my hat and on my jersey. Boy, Kyle McCord is the real deal. He again showed it on Saturday against a pretty wily and pretty tough Georgia Tech team. Yeah, we were hoping that we weren't going to get stung by the Yellow Jackets. Well, I mean, it almost did happen there late in the game. We had them down 31-14. They worked their way back in, including executing an onside kick. And boy, it was a little close, but Syracuse prevailed, 31-28. And Kyle McCord again with a monster game. Again, 2 touchdown passes to Trebor Pena and 2 touchdown passes to Orande Gadsden. Welcome back to both of them. Plus, LeQuint starting to establish himself as a great running back and a great option coming out of the backfield for McCord. The Orange are 2-0. And I mean, heck, Fran Brown is off to a great start. But I mean, we can't rest on our laurels. Yeah, it is a bye week this week for the Orange. But coming up, it is the first trip into the Dome, the first meeting ever between 2 historic programs. Syracuse and Stanford have long histories, especially Stanford, with Pop Warner as one of its coaches, plus also great quarterbacks like Jim Plunkett and John Elway being part of their alumni, along with some pretty good running backs. But you know, Stanford has been struggling the last few years. And you know what? We're going to give the Cardinal a nice ACC welcome. That's what we're going to give you, Stanford. Welcome to the ACC, you West Coast Cardinal. And of course, Holy Cross at the end of the month. But a great big start by the Cuse. A great start for Kyle McCord as our quarterback. Let's keep it up. Let's keep it up, Fran Brown. Doing good so far. And speaking of starts, how about the Bills? Boy, it was a bad start there in the first half. You know, they couldn't stop a bread cart. I mean, Kyler Murray and the Cardinals were moving through them like a hot knife through butter. And I'm pretty much guessing McDermott got in Bobby Babbitt's face. And I mean, yelled bloody murder. You either stop them or we're going to... I'm not going to say the word because I don't want to get people mad. But, you know, Josh Allen and the Bills responded. Allen put him on his back. He ran for 2 touchdowns, including showing, hey, even in the NFL you can play leapfrog, but watch how you land. You have us all worried with the way your hand was, but I guess everything's A-okay. But a big come from behind 34-28 win over the Cardinals. And of course, the no-name wide receivers, some of them stepped up, including the one who's known as Tarzan, Mac Hollins. Of course, I don't really have a quip for him yet. And when he scored, yeah, I did that Tarzan yell, if you can call it a Tarzan yell. Because, hey, Johnny Weissmuller, you are the best. No one can imitate you. But, of course, Allen again running for those 2 touchdowns. And you know, Josh threw an Allen wrench into the conversation. But a big win and a quick turnaround. Because it is our old friends from Florida who are up next, and we go down there. It's a Thursday night game against the Fish. Of course, people say, hey, they're Dolphins. Hey, to Buffalo fans and the Buffalo Mafia, they're Fish. I mean, yeah, when we're going to enjoy, having a nice little dinner, if you know what I mean. But of course, we got to make sure Tua can't Tagovailoa against the Bills. And of course, Tyreek can't climb up that hill. And I will just, I could speak a little more about the Bills, but what about Tyreek Hill getting detained by the police before the game? They even took him out of his car, handcuffed him. Well, differing stories. I know there's two sides to every story, but heck, one police officer's been placed on administrative leave, but it kind of sounds like Hill got a little too mouthy and arrogant with those cops. And you know what happens? You get mouthy and arrogant, bad move. You got different opinions. Yeah, he's a black person and they look like white officers. But hey, I've heard enough of that narrative. To me, it sounds like somebody who was entitled, who felt that, hey, the law didn't apply to him. And yeah, it does. But you know what? Arrogance is gonna get you harmed. That's the way I look at it. I believe the cops did their job. And it was just another thing of an arrogant, entitled athlete. Of course, Tyreek Hill acted like that when he was a Kansas City Chief. And what about that car? I kind of wonder if it looked from outer space. Whether George Jetson was driving it or something. This whole thing reeks all around. But Tyreek Hill, you're not above the law. That's the way I look at it. And I am going from Tyreek Hill to the U.S. Open tennis. Heck, the daughter of the owners of the Bills nearly won the women's championship. Jessica Pegula made it all the way to the finals, but she fell in a great match. And also, I want to talk about the winner of the men's. He's Italian. His name, Jannik Sinner. Sinner? Yeah, I'm kind of wondering if maybe he's got a little thing there. Does he wear a cross? Man, is 5-man electrical band around here somewhere? Man, he must be some kind of sinner. And yeah, he's from Italy. Who in Italy names their kid Sinner? And he's the most unlooking Italian that I have ever seen. But somehow he is the number 1 ranked men's player right now in the world. Oh boy, I kind of wonder. He keeps winning. Maybe we're going to have a bevy of crosses wherever. Either at the Australian Open, either at the French Open, either at Wimbledon. Man, he must be some kind of sinner. And last but not least, I'm talking about the locals, the high schools. Football season starts a couple weeks later than what it usually does. Yeah, it used to start just before school started, but now it starts the second week of classes. Minders is at home against Palmyra Macedon. Waterloo's first home game doesn't come for 2 weeks, right at the end of the month. And guess what? That's homecoming. But Friday night, they gotta go to the death knell of the Finger Lakes. Yeah, if the Clemson in college, if their stadium's called Death Valley, Nick Dercola Field over in Clyde has to be the Finger Lakes' Death Valley, because it's Clyde Savannah who Waterloo plays. But you want to know? I'm wishing both Waterloo and Minders best of luck. As for Waterloo's volleyball team, they've gotten off to a winning start. And you know what? Keep it up with the queens of the slap dribble. Do they play basketball? I kind of wonder. Oh well. But I mean, heck, keep it going. Ball sports is really gonna start kicking in gear, especially this week, because Waterloo definitely has a full schedule of events. Even cross country, tennis, and all of that. It really kicks into gear. And that's all I have time for this week. And I mean, yet, as I said, rest in peace to Darth Vader. I'll see you next week.